Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So traders, I want to share with you what I see happening on the bigger picture here. And obviously the question everyone's asking on our minds, right, is when will the next recession start? Now, I think we need to go a bit deeper there because sometimes I believe that the recession happens fundamentally underneath the surface first, and then the stock market follows, right? So I think the question a lot of people who trade these markets is, when will the next downturn happen, right? When will it be? Because right now we're seeing all the US indices, S&P, Nasdaq, Dow, trading, all that, not trading, but those three main indices all breaking up to all-time new highs. So when will the next downturn start? And is there any signs we can see to see when that's likely to happen and we're likely to see the next downturn? So that's what I want to share with you in this video here. Before I do, guys, make sure you head on down, or make sure you click on that link in the description, because I'm giving away a free access to an interview here. You're going to be absolutely blown away by this. This is absolutely incredible. This is my mentor. He blew up his first 2 trading accounts, and then he took his 3rd trading account and became a 7-figure trader. If you're struggling with your trading right now, you need to get this. It's a free thing. It's free access. So all you have to do is go to this page here, click on the link in the description, go to this page, put your name and email address in. You'll get membership access, and you'll be able to start getting access. This is a 2-hour interview, and you're going to be blown away about the little nuggets of what you need to do to start to truly move forward in a big way, not just some fluff or crap, but to really move forward in a big way. So you're going to absolutely love that. Plus, also, I talk about how he made almost $2 million in one trade as well, too. So he walks you through that. You're going to absolutely love it. So anyway, let's get straight into the indices now, because here is the interesting thing. When I look at this is the bigger picture here, okay? The bigger picture. Firstly, let me share what I see here. Firstly, what I'm seeing here right now on the Dow Jones is I'm seeing that we've got this nice support line coming up through here. Look at all that support that this line comes through, and we're almost at that level right now. So I wouldn't be too surprised if I saw this daily chart here, probably even continue to rise up for a little bit more, and maybe even go for a run, and maybe have a little bit of pause through there. So that's on the on that weekly chart there. Looking on the S&P 5, this is the S&P 500. Sort of the same thing, right? But the S&P 500 is pretty much right out that, or depending on where you draw your line, right? Because drawing lines is never an exact science. It's more like a fine art form. So it's probably somewhere through there as well too. But as you can see, right, we actually had a lot of support through here. So you would expect a lot of resistance to come through here as well too. So maybe it won't hold. And then also same for the Nasdaq as well too. We've got this long-term support line coming up through here, and you can see how the market ran up, came down, and just continued up from here. Now, one thing I do want to share with you is the S&P 500, the monthly chart here, because it's really interesting. Look at this monthly chart that I've got drawn here. And this monthly chart, as you can see, right, in every long-term bull market, we generally have a very long-term major support level, right? We can see it back here in the early 2000s, long-term support. Once it broke, we had a year or so of a downward movement. Long-term major support level, once it broke, we had a year or 2 of downward movement. So we have, as you can see, right, we've got another long-term support level through here, and we haven't actually broken that level yet, have we? So once we actually start to break this long-term support level, then we could expect another year or 2 of downward movement, right? So and so the question, one of the signs, right, is going to be the bigger picture here. Okay, when I talk about like the daily movement or trying to pick the exact top, because you can never do that. We're talking about the macro picture. When is the market really going to start to turn into a bear market, right? Because we have a lot of these big dips that happen in the bull market, and they continue to resume. You know, like every single year we get like between a 10 and 15% correction, a strong correction. Everyone freaks out, thinks that this is it, right? And then what happens, right? We just go for another run. So in a bull market, we get all these corrections. So when we can start to see a breaking of this long-term major support level through here, that's probably where the long-term recession is going to be. And as we can see, right back here, once it actually broke, this actually spent a good couple of years going down. Once it actually broke, spent a good couple of years going down. So once this breaks, guess what? It's probably going to spend a good couple of years going down. Now, when we say going down, as you can see, right, like the market will go down for a little bit, and then it'll go sideways for a little bit. So this is a monthly chart here, by the way. So it might go down for a few months, and then go sideways for a month or two, and then down for another month or 2 or 3 months, and then go sideways for maybe 2 or 3 months. It's quiet, and then it goes for another run again, right? So this is called a bear market in the market there. And if I go back over time to my to these charts, right? Look at this back here in the 2000s, right? Came down. Look at these are monthly bars, right? So there's a lot of gyration in that daily chart. If you're trading the daily chart, right, it'll be up, it'll be down, it'll be up, it'll be down, come down, come up, come down. Look at this here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of sideways movement before we went for another decent run, right? So as you can see, that's how markets will work. We'll go for a nice run, and then same for here, right? We had a move down, sideways, down, and the 2008, right, was pretty much monthly bars on the way down. But you can see, as you can see, that it wasn't exactly on a very strong movement down, right? So what I mean, like this one here, we had a strong candle down. Strong candle. Now remember, guys, these are monthly bars. So what that simply means is this monthly bar, we could go down for a week, come up for a week, go sideways for a week, and then have a very, very, very strong week, finishing the month off, which could equal this bar, right? So this is the daily chart here. This is the monthly chart here. So that's the reason why you can see that there, right? Especially like this bar right here. So it's really interesting to see what's happening right now, guys. Just a quick video here for you to share with you. My question for you guys is, when do you think the recession is probably already starting underneath the surface right now? Why? Because they raised interest rates to a certain point. Now they're looking to drop the interest rates. So gold's starting to take off. So we're starting to see the cracks underneath the surface. But let me ask you a question. When do you think the next bear market will start, and we're likely to see another couple of years of just going down? Which, by the way, guys, that's the question. If you can put leave a comment in the chat box below, let me know what you think. But by the way, guys, don't be afraid of a bear market, right? Because in bear market, bull market, it doesn't matter. There's amazing trading opportunities all the time.